week of Coach's Corner, the Iowa boys high school basketball season has come to a close, but we are still reminiscing back on some special moments, joined today by Mike Langel of Gehlen Catholic, who's now retiring after 18 seasons with the Jays. And Coach, your team, they finished at 20-6 overall, giving you everything they had in that sub-state final game against Remsen St. Mary's. Just how much fun was this final year for you?
It was a lot of fun, Amber. I decided last spring that I wanted to follow this class out with 10 seniors in it. And of course, Keaton Bonderson, a member of that 10 seniors, who's kind of rewrote the playbook at Gehlen for offensive stats. So he was fun to watch, and the whole team worked together very well as a nice unit. And they did give everything they had that last game, the last few games. Pretty much all year, really. They played hard for me. They practiced hard for me. They were just a real great bunch of kids to coach.
It was a fun group for sure. And
yeah.
18 seasons, 277 wins for you total, if we did the math right. But
yeah.
Lots of memories, I'm sure. As you walked out of that gym for the final time, what was going through your head?
I guess the first thing was to get with the players. They just had lost a heartbreaker and had their goals set to get into state. Getting me to state, I think, was one of their goals. And so the first thing really is to get with them, and you know, that's always a tough locker room to go to after a loss in a sub-state. But we worked through that, and then came out and then kind of realized that, yeah, this is it. So just kind of talked to coaches and some of the people around and kind of just slowly ventured out.
Yeah, and you said it. This group was special. You knew from the start that this was the group that you wanted to go out with, all of your seniors. What was it about this group that made them so special this year?
Well, I think most of them are four-sport athletes. Most of them played in all four sports. They became great friends on and off the floor. They just were a unit that had a lot of fun, but yet they worked hard to their goals, and it was just a joy to have it. Anytime you have seniors on your team, coaches know that they're special, and when you have 10 of them, that's 10 times the enjoyment. So practices were easier because they knew the drills, and you didn't have to stand there and explain to them, and they got through them, and it gave us more time to work on other things. So it was just a really great year.
Yeah, and just being here for you. I know you played for Gehlen back in the day, a graduate of here. I mean, just to be the head coach in some of those moments that you yourself were in as a player. Did you get that sense of excitement from your players in those pregame huddles and moments like that? Actually,
them are some of my greatest memories. To feel the energy of those kids coming off the court when they just hit a big bucket or just got a big win, or even had a tough loss, to feel that, it really puts a lot of memories of your own playing time. My children all played for Gehlen, so you're sitting in the stands watching that. So it just gave you a lot of great memories, especially the big shots and the wins, when they're jumping up and down and being crazy. And so that was always kind of brought the kid out of you might say.
And Keaton Bonderson, you said he made a lot of those big shots, but going back to, you mentioned your son. You took the head coaching job in 2005 to coach him. You said 1 year, but here we are 18 years later. What was it that kept you coming back all these years?
I don't know. It was a little overwhelming. I never had dreamt that I'd ever be a coach. I was born to be a farmer, and I was a farmer, and I have been a farmer my whole life. But this came up. I started coaching my sons when they were younger, kind of followed them through the junior high and the JV, kind of just kept working myself up, and pretty soon one day they asked me to do this, and I said, holy cow, that's crazy, because I've never dreamt of doing that. So I told them I'd do it 1 year. My son Rob was a senior. I said I'd see him out, and then that'll give them a year to find a coach. And like I said, one thing led to another. I just enjoyed those moments. I found out it wasn't quite as hard as I might have thought it was going to be. So I just kind of went with it another year, and then pretty soon there was another year, and then all of a sudden there was a family of the Roys that came through, and I'll see those out, and then pretty soon it was Trevor Bauma's year, and on and on and on it went, and it was just hard to leave that. And then I got had some great assistant coaches through the years, and they always made it easier and a lot of fun. So it just became the thing that Kelly and I did in the wintertime. We just coached basketball and enjoyed it. So
lots of fun memories for sure. Yep. And speaking of those memories, coaches you got the chance to coach against too, whether they were big moments or moments you wish you could have forgotten. The Rudins from Remsen St. Mary's, Coach Irwin at Lamar's. How special was it just to coach in the community with these guys? Yeah, it was. Kylie Yates gave me a little send-off when we played South O'Brien up there. I guess I was a senior member of the War Eagle, and now he is, so he was kind of excited about being a senior member. But yeah, you really get to know these coaches. I for one, was one that really spent a lot of time talking to them before the games. And it wasn't always about basketball, it was about whatever. And so you got to know them personally, and you kind of knew how they coached and what things they did. And so you knew going into the game what their objectives were, and you knew what you had to do to try to beat them. Definitely. And as you now take a step away, so many athletes that you had a chance to be a part of their lives, what do you hope that they remember about having you as their head coach? I think hopefully I brought the fun into basketball a little bit. It isn't always about being so dead serious. You got to have fun with the sport, in my opinion. I hope I taught them to be respectful to others. I think that's a big thing in my life. And then just, I love it when they come back and say hi and reminisce a little bit. It's so much fun, and seems like for the most part, I had good relationships with a lot of the players. Definitely. Well, 18 seasons for Coach Langel, an awesome run to end on this year. Congratulations on an awesome career, and thank you for joining us on Coach's Corner. Thank you.